Hey guys, first regardsman here. I'll be talking about a buffed heavy bolt rifle build for the tactical class in patch 11.0 Space Marine 2 on the PTS. Now, the heavy bolt rifle actually got a fat damage buff this patch. Unfortunately, on the public test server, the scoped variant did not receive the base damage buff for whatever reason, so it actually has the lowest headshot damage of any variant currently, which is pretty funny. That's just the way it is. And today I've chosen to take the ammo variant instead because, first of all, I'm not going to be using Emperor's Vengeance on this build, and on top of that, being able to shoot longer on this weapon is actually super useful, and this one just has a fat magazine capacity of 60 plus, which is pretty amazing. Now, for the perk tree here, I do take Headhunter moving to the perk Adamant Hunter. When your health is below 30%, headshots deal 25% more damage. This perk is incredible when it actually triggers. A 25% damage buff is huge in this game, and this is one of the best perks on pretty much every bolt weapon. Unfortunately, the tactical is pretty damn squishy, so being below 30% HP does kind of suck. You can kind of like cycle back into this off of things like rapid health, so just keep that in mind. Next perk here is Fast Reload, moving into the perk Able Reload, and I take the perk Headhunter, moving up into one of the most important perks with Tactical Precision. Headshots deal 20% more damage, non-headshot damage decreases by 10%. Once again, it doesn't really matter what patch it is, headshot damage is just the most important damage type in this entire game, especially for bolt weapons, and this weapon is no different, so pretty much always pick this up because non-headshot damage hardly matters. Next perk here is Great Might, moving down here into increased capacity. This gives us even greater ammo reserves, and our ammo reserves on this weapon are pretty intense, so being able to take this perk on top of that for a percentage bonus is pretty massive, and this really helps us use things like Emperor's Vengeance instead of, Emperor's Judgment instead of Emperor's Vengeance. Now, next perk after this is Recoupment. Killing a majority level or higher enemy with a headshot with this weapon restores one armor segment. Cooldown is 15 seconds. Having a armor restore on your headshot kills in this game is way better than it sounds. People really underestimate just how good armor restoration is in this game. It can save your life from so many things like chip damage, boss melee damage, and stuff like that, and being able to avoid chip damage at range, pretty amazing, so pretty much always grab this. And next perk here is Rapid Health. When your health is below 30%, killing 7 enemies in a rapid session restores your health by 10%. This perk is one of the only healing perks in the entire game for tactical. It's like one of the only places to actually find it, so great perk for sure, though sometimes you will heal above your Adamant Hunter. On this class, that's actually pretty good for you because being that low for like a super long period of time, it does kind of suck on tac, so I would just take this anyways. Final two perks I grab are Perpetual Penetration. Each shot penetrates one additional target, and the final perk is Divine Might for that flat 10% damage bonus, and that's pretty much all there is for the weapon perk tree. Now for the secondary weapon, I do take a regular bolt pistol with the firepower variant. Now in patch 11.0, they are buffing up the bolt pistol's base damage, and it also has the same gun strike damage now as a heavy bolt pistol. And I'm gonna be real, this is just like the best in slot of these two options, and the bolt pistol has gone through quite the character arc in this game, and it's currently an amazing weapon. The firepower variant has a ton of ammo despite having the incredibly powerful gun strikes. This is like the single highest gun strike damage in the entire game on top of the firepower variant of the standard heavy bolt pistol. And for the perk tree, I do pretty much just go all the way down the top tree for things like Headhunter, increased capacity, and of course the perk Elite Hunter. After killing a majority level or higher enemy with a melee weapon, headshots deal 50% more damage for 10 seconds. Now this perk can be triggered off a finisher, not just a melee weapon kill, and on top of that, a 50% headshot damage buff on the buffed version of this thing is incredible. You will just annihilate zoanthropes and stuff like that at close range. Really powerful weapon, super fun to use, but do keep in mind to actually trigger this perk, you do have to have your weapon equipped. If you swap off of the bolt pistol for whatever reason, you will lose the perk effect, so I just wanted to mention that. Final perks I grab are Headhunter, Extended Magazine, and of course the perk Divine Might, and that's pretty much all there is for the secondary weapon selection here. Now for the melee weapon selection here, we are taking the tried and true Blockchain Sword. This weapon is just one of the best weapons in the entire game, especially for tac. The armor regen is amazing for him, the range damage reduction on perfect block is amazing for him. At some point in time, I'll talk about some heroic chainsword and heroic combat knife builds for him, but for now, we're taking the classic, and for the perk tree, it's pretty much the same as always, which is moving down here into perks like Swift Recovery for 100% more contested health on our heavy attacks. This perk helps a lot with Horde Clear, especially the Shoulder Bash, that we'll get into in a second with the full throttle skip, Really good perk. It's been top tier since the game came out, and in patch 11.0 it is no different. Next perk here is Perpetual Strength, moving up here into the exact same perk, Perpetual Strength, for a 10% melee damage boost. Then I move over here into the perk Reverberating Impact for a stomp area effect radius increase of 50%. This perk doesn't help you a ton on this weapon. This is definitely better on the Heroic Chainsword, but the perk down here, Saw Blade, for 5 light combo hits instead of 4 is pretty damn useless on a 3-speed weapon, so I just take this one instead. Next perk here is Combined Onslaught, moving down here into the perk Heavy Onslaught for more heavy attack damage. Then I pick up the perk Full Throttle for the combo skip. I'll have like a link to that little info card up here. And the next perk after that is Minora's Slayer, and finally Extremis Slayer, because these two perks, they just help you out quite a bit, because killing Minoras for horde clear is like one of the hardest things to do with a block weapon anyways for a lot of people. And the final perk here, Extremis Slayer, is just nice to like pick up some extra damage on lictors and stuff like that. And that's pretty much all there is for the melee weapon selection, and all the weapons for a matter of fact. So now it's time to move into the perk tree. I'm just building for all damage on my heavy bolt rifle here. For things like balance distribution, your primary weapon deals 10% more damage, but your secondary weapon deals 10% less damage. This just helps us max out our damage on the HBR. Now if you want to take the perk here, Crack and Penetrator rounds, you definitely can. It's really not that good of a perk, but you won't lose any damage on your secondary if you really want that. Next perk here, Heightened Vigor. After your perfectly timed parry, block, or dodge, you deal 10% more melee and gun strike damage, and don't lose control from heavy hits, and can't be knocked back for 10 seconds. This perk is just incredible at keeping you up, especially with a block weapon, and getting stun locked in Space Marine 2 is like the #1 way to die, and this can help mitigate that quite a bit. So great perk for sure. And the next perk here is one we usually don't take, but Emperor's Judgment. After a finisher, the equipped ranged weapon reloads automatically, and your ranged weapons deal 20% more damage for 10 seconds. Now, the heavy bolt rifle is so damn ammo efficient that it really doesn't matter if you don't take Emperor's Vengeance on this build, so we do have the luxury of taking this perk instead. Now, if you want to pick up Steady Aim for reduced weapon spread and recoil instead, you definitely can do that. This one also has a 15% buff on Terminus, so pretty good as well, but I want to try this one out today. Next perk here is Aligned Aim. Range damage increases by 15% for all squad members. Pretty self-explanatory, just a free range damage buff. Now, obviously, Secure Stockpile is still top tier. 60-second melt-a-bombs, crack grenades, shock grenades, and frags for your entire team is just insane, but this one is just more fun at times. Next perk here is Vital Data. Scanning Extremis or Terminus level enemy restores Aspect scan charged by 50%. Moving here into the classic boss killing combo, Precise Calibration and Concentrated Fire. Now these perks will stack together for like 195% damage bonus on your Aspects for a 60% longer duration. Actually mark the enemy directly, they actually have to be in the radius, just keep that in mind, but the damage bonus is well worth it in a coordinated team, or even by yourself. You'll just nuke a boss in like 2 seconds at time, so really good for this. Final perk here is Radiant Impact. A melee finisher additionally deals significant area effect damage in a 10-meter radius. Cooldown is 90 seconds. Now, this perk is top tier in patch 10. It's top tier in patch 11.0. It pretty much always overperforms. Every 90 seconds, you might just wipe out an entire Majora's Horde or Extremis Horde, or even like an Extremis Horde and a boss spawn. Really powerful. It's just a super good perk, and it's honestly deceptively good at times. Now, Signal Jammer did get buffed. It does have like a pretty funny interaction with the Heroic Bolt Pistol that we'll get into at some point in time, but for now, we're taking this. Now, for the prestige perks, I do take Acuity for headshot damage, pretty self-explanatory. I pick up Skilled Supplier for more ammo, which is also pretty self-explanatory. And the final two perks are Resilience for more Medicae Stim HP, and Fortitude for a health increase of 15%, because having a tank perk on the tactical is really valuable for us, because this class is just not very tanky at all, and this can definitely save your life. And that's pretty much all I have to say about the buffed heavy bolt rifle build, guys. I'm going to show you some actual gameplay of this in a second, but currently the heavy bolt rifle feels way better. Maybe not like a God tier pick, but super fun and viable for all content, and hopefully this showcase will give you an idea of what to expect in patch 11.0. If you like content like this, subscribe for more, and as always, thank you for watching. Here's some gameplay. Bye. Alright, here we are in game with the heavy bolt rifle build and the new bot customization. So here I have my guys set up as a Death Watch kill team. I thought it'd be like a cool option for us. Now, unfortunately, they don't have your team perks, but hopefully they'll change that in a future update. Alright, here we're on the ship with a Neurothreat boss fight. We're on the ship now with the Neurothreat boss fight. Now, the Tyranid Prime boss fight at the end of this, you can actually see them in the map flying. So, yeah, they're probably going to fly in the actual boss fight. I believe Saber said something about that at one point. Let's just kill these guys. I mean, we're a Death Watch kill team. Surely we have this unlocked. Perfect. hell's the moss? Oh, it's right over there. He's stuck underneath the thing. I'm not gonna go down there. I'm gonna get hit by the wave. Oh no, he's over there. Okay, so we're on elevation. We can't get us right now. Stuck.
Keep your distance, brothers.
It would appear he is stuck in the door. Works for me though. Now, we are pretty damn ammo efficient on this build, all things considered, so nuking him down, especially once we have Auspex, should be quite easy. More risk it for the biscuit here. Okay, well. Didn't kill him. I didn't get the gun strike, I should say. I can move over here. I'll deal with that. I'm gonna shoot him from the back. Oh, nice. I just jumped off the edge. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna pop down Auspex on him and shoot him. Oh my! I can get out of this. Well, that kind of went well. So your CHP recovery is based off damage, so if you took a hit there, doesn't matter too much, because as long as he's Auspex, you will get a tremendous amount of your CHP back. Yeah. Push on a headshot. Well, CHP regen is based on a lot of things, but like damage is one portion. The heavy bolt rifle is really good here because these little generator portions are a little bit obnoxious without some serious horde clear. Alright, that's quite the clusterfuck.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
Fresh magazine in. Xenos bioform. Auspex deep scan ready. Disgusting Tyranid scum. Melter bomb prime. Rearming.
Let's grab this.
Four bombs incoming.
Spore Mine's kind of stuck here, but we have Advent Hunter active now. A lot of Majoras here. Okay, that should be all.
Identify blockages and remove Xenos organisms.
One step closer to the reactor overheating.
Registering extreme temperature fluctuation. Plasma cooling efficacy severely reduced.
Excellent, Talassa. You will need to repeat the same process at the secondary.
Access granted.
Alright, don't ask me logistics of somebody digging underneath like a railing. Alright, let's hit with these guys if we can.
Swapping magazine.
Perfect. Now this portion is a pain in the ass if you don't have a Horde Fear weapon. You're stuck like a secondary only. This shit actually sucks. Let's go into.
Grabbing her. Watch the ground. Final rod is destroyed.
There we go.
Temperatures
That was the one I
at
wanted.
critical level. Plasma reactor shutting down to prevent catastrophic detonation.
Talassa, do not let the reactors cool down. This cruiser will soon perform its final task. Proceed to the decks below and force the plasma reactors to overheat.
Let us descend to the reactor chamber. Changing magazine.
Talassa, have you received word from our brother in Combat Squad Heriton?
Now I think this is the coolest portion of the mission here.
Through the technical underbelly.
This one's pretty good. Oh god. Maybe now there's like a 50 trillion guys all clumped up in one corner.
We remain under heavy
A melt is dream. It's
Spikes should draw some of the Xenos away from you and towards us.
This is ill-advised, Talassa. If you do not rig the reactor to detonate, the cyclonic warheads will be wasted. Combat Squad Octavio will redouble our efforts to draw the Tyranids away from your position instead.
Octavio, unleash the Emperor's wrath on the cruel-born vermin. The hive mind load tower. Swapping magazine. Fresh magazine in.
let's go up here. See what we got. Now, without the official boss fight on this one, the ending portion here is kind of like a walk to the end.
Rearming.
There is like a boss trigger in this area, though. Right, let's just nice. Yeah, we already got one.
Another Xenos
Now, just like Decap and Exfiltration, you can only get one boss spawn on the actual map here. And then the final Terminus, that counts as another one. Oh.
Talassa, we have lost contact with Heraton leader, and Octavio is pinned down. You must destabilize the plasma reactor. Our brothers from Phaedrus and Heraton shall not have died in vain.
Reactor chambers within reach.
Some gameplay of the new heavy bolt rifle build. You can expect that in patch 11.0 of Space Marine 2. Now, I don't know the official release date of it as of recording this, but it's coming pretty soon.